y'all had a good weekend. It's been rainy for the last couple of days here, but we upped it to our 5-mile walk at the beach on Saturday, and I couldn't walk by the end of Saturday. I was sore. Hips are still a little sore, so we may work on some hip work today. Hips will be good. Sit up nice and tall, find your neutral spine. Kind of rock back and forth a little bit. I feel very fidgety today. Maybe it's the anticipation of news. I feel fidgety. So just move around if you feel like it, and then find your spine, find your neutral, settle in, relax your hands, feet, and begin to focus on your breath. Just be the observer as your chest rises and falls. And I want you to make your inhale and exhale the exact same number. Exact same length. If you need to count it off, or if you think you got it without counting. Try and get 5 or 6 in a row of the exact same number, without being too out of breath towards the end or being too full of breath towards the end of your inhale. Have you let your posture slack while you're thinking of breathing? I want you to tune into your heart. How does your heart feel today? Is your heart heavy or is it light? Is it full of? Just observe it. No judging. Just let it be what it is. Knowing that if you can name it, that you can take steps to fix it if it needs to be fixed. We're going to open up our shoulders and our hips today. So I want you to drop your right ear to the right side. Bring your left hand to your shoulder like a stop sign and push it out to the side. Fingers are up. Palm is pressing as if you're pushing against the wall. Elbow is gently micro bent. And then slowly let that arm slide down the wall. All the way down until it's dangling next to your side. Take a couple of those even breaths. Tuck your chin slowly, roll it to the center. Return your hand to your lap. Lift your head back up to neutral, and I want you to take 3 of those breaths. nice and even, and just be aware of the difference in your neck, shoulder, arm, hand. After your last breath, drop your left ear to the left side. Bring the right stop sign hand to your right shoulder. Press it away from you to the side. Keep your fingers lifted, palm open, elbow soft. Try not to let your shoulder start creeping towards your ear. Keep it at neutral. A couple of breaths. And then slowly start letting your hands slide down that wall. Go annoyingly slow until it's all the way down at your side. Relax the arm and take 3 nice even breaths into your neck. And when you're ready, tuck your chin and slowly roll back to the center. Return your hand to your lap. Lift your head back up. Go ahead and take it through neutral and take the chin to the ceiling. And I want you to lift from your tailbone, lift and lengthen through the chin. Sit up tall, draw your abs into your spine. Bring your head back down to keep the tall spine. Take your hands to your hips or right below your hips. So they're really going to be right in that fold of your bent legs. And you're going to take a nice big inhale, chin forward, elbows back, chest forward, elbows back, chin up. Exhale, belly in, elbows forward, chin down. Inhale, chest forward, elbows back, chin up. And exhale, belly in, elbows forward, chin down. I want you to do 5 of these at your own pace. Inhale, the whole front of your body opens up. Exhale, the front of your body closes down. Little modified cat-cow. Opening up as much as you can. You inhale. And then rounding yourself like a little hedgehog. Rolling in. And as usual, I have lost track. So on your next inhale, just bring yourself back up to neutral. And relax and breathe for a moment. Relax your hands back in your lap. I just feel like I want to drop my chin forward and just kind of rock side to side a little bit. I don't know why, but I just feel that. Bring your head back up and go. Nice big nose side to side over your shoulders. And back to center. So I want you to take your left leg and I want you to take it out to the outside. We're still up against our chair. So left leg is to the outside. We're actually going to lean on that leg. So we can lean with your elbow, we can lean with our hand. You can put something on your leg to lean on so you're not too crunched over on the left side. So if you gotta go way over there and you're too crunched, I don't want you to be too crunched. So on the right hand side, arm at your side, palm up, deep breath, lengthen. Exhale, come into that side lean, opening up the side of your hip. Arm is right up over your ear. Lengthening, breathe. Imagine breathing into that side body. Pressing that air in as you inhale. Nice deep breath. On your next exhale, bring that arm down and marry it with your left hand. Both hands on your thigh. Press yourself up and look over that knee, over that left knee. A little tiny twist. And gently bring yourself back to center. Bring the leg back in. Realign yourself. 2 breaths here. Be aware of the different feelings in your thighs, your arms, your side bodies especially. And then take your right leg out to the side, about 45 roughly. Move whatever if you want something to lean on this side, put it over here. Take your left hand, palm up to your side. Inhale, lengthen. Lift through your body as you lean over to the right. Arm comes right up over your ear or right behind your ear. Breathe into the open side, the left side. Breathing more space in between your ribs. On your next exhale, bring your left arm down in front of your face. Marry it with your right hand. Both hands on the thigh. Press yourself up, your nose is looking right over that right knee. A little twist. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring your leg back in. Just do a little movement, whatever feels good. All right, we're gonna do some seated hip opener. So if you wanna put something underneath your foot, you can. Scooch forward a little bit. We're gonna take the right up. Ankle comes right past your thigh bone so that your ankle's actually just hanging off of it. Not putting pressure on the ankle. Gentle flex of your right foot. I always have a tendency to lean forward on the front part of my sit bones. You sit up and sit back. Kind of want to think about being even front to back from your pubic bone and your tailbone. Kind of centered between those two and then centered between both sit bones. There's that sweet spot right in the middle of all 4 bones. So just sit up nice and tall. Hold onto your leg. Use a strap down on that foot to hold. Use your hands. But I want you to be able to hold it so you're relaxing this thigh. Count off your breath, even them out. Take a nice deep breath, make sure you're tall. On your exhale, start to come forward with your upper body. Everything moves in a single motion. Nice long line. Hold that shin so that the thigh relaxes. Make sure you're not jutting your chin forward. You have it tucked slightly so that you're long in your back of your neck. Even out your breath. You can stay here or you can round your shoulders and drop your head. want you to go ahead and everybody lift up to flat back first if you weren't already there, and then bring yourself up. And switch your legs, shake out your right one, bring your left one up. Put that strap under your foot if you want to. Hold on to the shin. Ankle is right off of the bone, and your foot is gently flexed, nice and flat. Center yourself between all four of those bones. 2 sit bones side to side, pubic bone and tailbone front to back. And from that center point, lengthen tall. Hold the leg and breathe for a moment. Take a nice big breath. We're going to move on the exhale. Start leaning forward, flat back. Hold the leg, relax into the thigh, into the glute. Make sure your chin is tucked just a tiny bit so it opens up the back of the neck. You can stay there or round and drop. Even out your breath. We're going to go to flat back first if you weren't already there, and then start coming up. And release that foot. And shake it out. Oh my goodness, I got some yawns today. Coffee break. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stand up. If you want to bring the chair in front of you so that you can hold on to it. I'm going to move mine off to the side. I think I'm going to just stay off the mat because you can see me better back here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. So I want you to have your feet directly forward from your hip bones. Probably not the most comfortable for everyone because rarely do people stand perfectly straight forward with their feet straight forward. So check them out, line them up. Knees are micro bend, soft, you're not locking them out. So from your ankles to your knees, they're stacked on top. From your knees to your hip bones. From your hips to your shoulders. And then lengthen that out of the crown of your head. Gently engage each muscle group on your stacking up from the bottom. Lengthening tall. It's just a gentle engage. You're not rigid, but you're strong like a tree. Open your palms to either side, facing forward. Elbows are softly bent, but you have energy through those hands and through those arms. This is a Tadasana position, or mountain pose. Your strong, big, tall mountain. I want you to take your right arm, come up on an inhale. Left hand goes into your thigh, and I want you to lean your mountain over to the left. Your hand's uncomfortable down, pressing into your thigh. If you feel better with it pressing into your hip, you can do that, or holding on to something. But a little press into that side keeps you from collapsing in your rib cage. Nice and slow. Bring it back down to mountain. Exhale, slow. Palms face forward. Realign yourself. energy shooting out, your fingers down and through the crown of your head up. Left side, inhale up. Start leaning over, using the right hand to help press into your body. Stay tall. Nice deep breath. And slowly start bringing it back to neutral. Relax your shoulders. Lower your shoulders forward and back a little bit. We're going to do a cat-cow in a standing position. So keeping your feet facing forward, you're going to bend your knees and take your butt back. So keep your feet facing forward. You're going to bend your knees and take your butt back like this. And your hands are going to be on your knees or on your thighs. And you're going to round your back up, tuck your tail in, and then you're going to arch your back, head up. So the inhale is in this position, the exhale is closing the front of your body. Keeping your lower body in place. Inhale, arch. Exhale, kitty cat. Do 5 of those at your own pace. Trying to keep your balance. Keep your knees from going before your toes. A little bit of leg work happening. On your next inhale, straighten your spine, lengthen your crown. Lengthen from your tailbones going down at an angle and your crown is going up at an angle. Take a deep breath, arms come up. Reach towards the sky, straighten your legs, and exhale, bring your arms down. Little thigh. Little balance and thigh work for you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to the floor. Let's scooch my thing forward a little bit. Move my camera a little bit. We're gonna go right onto our back. Get your strap before you get there. You can do this in your bed also if you are limited in space. As far as laying down, it's an option. All right, so roll yourself onto your back. Bring your knees up. Roll it out a little bit. Right. We're going to take our strap and we're going to lasso our right foot. You're going to put your left foot on the ground, the sole of your foot on the ground. You're going to take your right foot in the air, right up over your hip joint. And you're just going to find your balance point. Your knee is soft, a little bend in it. If you're super flexible and you can straighten that thing out, that's great, but I want a little bend so you're not locking it out. If you're not super flexible and you need a lot of bend, just make sure the ankle is over the hip. And just balance it there for just a moment. Grounding your breath. I want you to slide your left leg out straight along your mat. And turn it so that your toes are facing the ceiling. You're up to the ceiling. So it's not a relaxed leg. Gently draw your leg across the midline, just so that you feel that stretch, maybe from your foot all the way down the outside. Bring it back to center. And now open it to the outside. Kickstand it if you need to. Soft bend in your knee. Make sure your left toes are still to the ceiling. Drag that leg back up. Find your balance point. And then bring that leg towards your torso to get a nice stretch down the back of that thigh. Your foot is relaxed, your knee has a little bend in it. Breathe, even out those breaths. That's where we start to get shallow breath as we struggle to stretch. And release the tension, draw the knee in, draw the left knee up into your chest, switch your feet, put the right sole of your foot on the floor, lifting the left foot towards the ceiling with a small bend in your knee. Find your balance point. Ankle is over hip, knee is soft. Slide the right leg out. Toes towards the ceiling so the leg remains active. And then draw that left leg across midline just a tad. And then open it up to the outside. Keep the gentle bend in your knee. Try and relax and let that inner thigh stretch out. Are your toes on the right foot still facing the ceiling? Drag that leg back up. Find your balance point. Soft foot, little tiny bend in the knee. And draw that leg towards your upper body. Get that stretch and even out that breath. One more breath. Release the tension, bend the knee into the chest, draw the right knee into the chest, release your strap. And just flop for a tiny bit. Both feet on the mat. Walk them to the outside edges. We're going to automatically put our hands and our arms in cactus arms. If you need to put something underneath the backs of your hands for support, you can do that. They don't touch the floor. Go ahead and take your windshield wiper those knees side to side. Both knees to the right. Roll up on the outside edges of your feet. Put a block underneath the right thigh if you need to. You can flex the feet a little bit if you need to for your knees. Squeeze the left glute. Press that hip forward. Relax the right leg. Even out your breath. Release the glute. Draw the navel into the spine. Draw the knees up. And then flop side to side. And both knees over to the left. Roll up on the outside edges of your feet. Put a block underneath the left outer thigh if you need to for support in your back. You can flex your feet if you need to for support for your knees. Squeeze your right glute. Press it forward, tucking your tail. Relax the left leg. Feel lengthening in the front of your thigh, your low belly. Even out your breath. Relax the glute. Draw the navel into the spine, drawing your knees up. Drop them side to side. So open your hands to the side, straight arms. Slide your arms down next to your body, flipping your hands over, palms to the floor. Walk your feet hip width apart, bring them in. Check your spinal alignment, shoulders and hips. All right. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Root the soles of your feet into the mat. When you press into the mat, I want you to just press and release a few times. And feel the muscular structure that is utilized to press your soles of your feet flat and even into the floor. I feel my calves, I feel my thighs, I feel my glutes a little bit. I think it's really more of a hamstring drawing up and it's making my glute engage a tiny bit, but it's more hamstring really. Just press and release. Press your feet down and release. Become familiar with those muscles that are utilizing this process. And then press and hold. Notice that your back is still in alignment. Your low back has still got that little curve in it. And relax. Now I want you to squeeze your glutes and rock your low back into the mat and then release and let it come back to normal. Squeeze glutes, rock your low back into the mat, release and let it return on its own. Squeeze, rock, release. Squeeze, rock, release. Do that at your own pace. And become familiar with those muscles. There's not a lot of muscles in this process because the glutes take up a majority of the work automatically. And that's what we want to happen. We don't want to utilize our low back muscles to make this work. We want to utilize our larger muscle groups in our glutes and maybe a little bit in the abs at this point. And relax. Root your feet into the ground. Become familiar again with those muscles, hamstrings, calves, a little bit of your butt. Now squeeze your butt even more and press the back into the floor. Feel your thighs engage, feel your low abs engage. Hold and breathe and release. We're going to ignore the lower body for a little bit and do the same thing on the arms. So I just want you to press the palms of your hands from the bottom part of your palm all the way up to the fingertips next to your body. I just want you to press your hands and release. Just your hands, not your elbows, not your shoulders, but see all the muscles that you use in order to just press your palms flat. How do you feel more stable? Do you feel stable with your fingertips closed and tight, or do you feel stable with wide fingers pressed in? Just press and release. Make sure you let everything release when you release. One more time and hold it. Like you're gonna push yourself up off the mat. Press into the palms and then relax. Pull your wrists or shoulders a little bit. We're gonna do all three pieces at the same time. Starting with the feet. Press the feet into the mat. Engage those muscles. Then we're gonna switch and go to the palms of the hands. Press into the palms. Squeeze the glutes. Now you feel like you're ready for liftoff. Breathe. Lift a little bit. Lower without releasing muscles. Lift a little bit and lower. Do 5 lifts and lowers, keeping everything squeezed together tight. And try and keep your breath soft and gentle. Last one. Releasing everything, draw your knees up, hands on your shins or the backs of your thighs, and just roll it out. Everything release and relax. We're going to do a little can opener and cannonball. So if you remember, can opener is one leg straight, so straightening out your right, drawing in your left. Take a deep breath. Exhale, nose to knee. And return it back in, switch. Bring both knees in, deep breath, cannonball. Draw it in on the exhale. On the inhale, lowering your head, straighten the left knee. Deep breath. Exhale, nose to knee on right. Inhale, draw back down. Both knees in for cannonball. Deep breath. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, lower down and straighten right leg. Deep breath. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, head down, knee in. Deep breath for cannonball. Exhale, draw up. Inhale, head down, straighten left leg. It's the last one before. Deep breath. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, head down, knee in. One more cannonball, we're done. Deep breath. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, lower down, feet to the floor. Now you can roll, keep your feet up and roll if you want, or you can flop if you want. Just release any tension you have in your hips, your back, your belly, your legs. Even out your breathing. And relax. We're going to bring the right knee into your chest and straighten the left leg. I want you to take your left hand on the outside of your right thigh, right below your knee, and just draw it across your body. Nice gentle twist. Opening up your right hand to the side. Turning your head and look at your right thumb. Breathe into your twist. Nice and slow, bring it, roll back. Realign your spine. Draw your left knee in, straighten your right. Right hand on the outside of your left thigh and start to twist towards the right. Open your left arm to the side, palm up, turn your head and look at your left thumb. Start rolling yourself back. Both feet on the floor. You can roll or you can flop, release any twist tension. Now I want you to straighten out both legs. You're going to take your right foot and take it to the right outside edge of your mat. Then you're going to take your left foot and you're going to shimmy it over there next to the right leg, or you can actually cross it over the top. Depends on, it's a little ways over there. Depends on your flexibility or comfort level. Try and keep your thighs drawn together as close as you can if you're just scooching over. Right arm is going to come overhead. Left arm is going to come overhead. Right hand grabs left wrist, and you're going to pull gently to lengthen more on the left side. So you're like, kind of like a banana laying there. Breathe into your belly. And we're going to relax our arms first. Center those up. Release your legs, bring them back over to center. Realign your whole body, line everything back up. Now take your left leg out to the edge of your mat on the left side. Then shimmy that right one either up against it, or you can cross your ankles, whichever you want to do. Either way, I want you to squeeze your thighs towards each other. Take your right arm overhead. Take your left arm overhead. Left hand grabs right wrist and just pulls it over to the left a little bit, lengthening on the right side body. Breathe into your belly. And realign your upper body first, lowering your arms. And walk your feet back underneath your hips. Realign your body, slide your right foot, then your left foot up. Draw your knees and do a little rock or flop. You can always flop if you prefer that instead. And return your feet to the floor. Make sure you're centered on your mat, because there is our savasana. Get your eye pillows, get your bolster pillow cushion under your knees, whatever you want, whatever you've got. You can actually roll up a couple of blankets and put them under your knees. Or take a couple of pillows from the couch and then put a blanket on top of that so that it is a little more stable. I've been doing it seated for microphone purposes. It makes it a lot better. I have a tendency when I lay down, my voice softens, I've noticed. When I do Shavasana lying down, my voice tends to soften way more than it already is. And so for the microphone, that doesn't work out so well. So I am going to remain seated. If you want to be seated, you're more than welcome to. Make sure that you're centered on your mat and tune into your breath. Try and make them the exact same length. Try not to be starved of air when you exhale and you're trying to make that certain amount, certain count. And try not to be too full of air when you trying to get to the top of the number. And also try not to still have breath in your lungs. Once you reach the number, they should be empty. And you should have a little bit more space when you're breathing in. Almost feel the breath move up and down your spine. Once you have that even number and you've kind of got it locked in, it just becomes natural. Feel the breath. Inhale up the spine. Feel it exhale and lower down the spine. Feel the weight of your shoulders and hips on the mat. Feel the weight of the breath in your torso. Feel the weight of the back of the head in the mat. Or any other body part that's touching the ground, the floor. Where do you feel your weight? Can you breathe into that weight and make it feel heavier? Could you be maybe 10% more comfortable? Make that adjustment if you need to. And weigh the body down with your breath. Make your hips feel very heavy. Make your shoulders feel heavy. Make your head feel heavy. Notice that your breath may have slowed a little bit more. And as your body lies there heavy, bring your awareness to your heart. Do you remember what you felt in your heart at the beginning of class? What you observed? Whether your heart being light or heavy, sad, happy. Whether you are holding love or holding a burden. Has the feeling in your heart changed since we began class? Were you holding on to anything that you didn't want to? Were you able to release it? If you find anything still stuck in the corner somewhere that you don't want to get rid of, imagine that as you take a nice breath, when you exhale, you kind of blow out the corners. Clean up the heart, clean up the space. Make a little bit more room for love. For kindness. For joy. Happiness. Gratefulness. Sympathy. And empathy. If you imagine that your breath is like a pump, every time you inhale, you're drawing in to your heart, drawing in all those positive adjectives. And as you exhale, you're pumping them back out to the world. Take time to fill yourself back up. Fill up your heart. Fill up your mind. Fill up your energy level through physical exercise. Fill up your soul. So when the breath of life asks you to pump it out, you have something to give. Whether it be a kind word, a service, a deed, a prayer, or even a kind, knowing glance at a stranger when you have a mask on. What do your eyes show? We read each other's eyes now. Are you showing fear or are you showing kindness? Let the breath of life pump out positivity. Let it fill up your heart. Wherever you have to go today or whatever you have to do, practice eye kindness. That they could see the kindness in your eyes if they can see nothing else of your face. You can see the kindness in your actions. And feel the kindness from your heart. Take a couple of more breaths. Lengthening them out. One more big, deep, deep breath. Fill your lungs all the way up. And then audibly sigh it out. Bring your awareness to your fingers and your toes. Your heavy body. Your light heart. Go ahead and wiggle those fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. Bend and straighten elbows and knees. Shrug your shoulders. Squeeze and release your glutes. Turn your head side to side. Arch and flatten your back. Bring some motion back into your joints. Move the blood a little bit more from just being relaxed. Take your legs out straight, your arms overhead, and stretch nice and long. And then relax. Gently lift one knee at a time into your chest. Roll yourself over onto your side. Stack your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. Bring your awareness to your breath and the changed position of your body and how your body feels. Gently peel yourself off of the floor, walking yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Once you're seated, shoulders are stacked over hips, drop your head in front. And just a nice, slow, no motion, rocking your head side to side. Then lift your head back up to center, chin towards ceiling. And bring your head back down. Turn your head to the right as far as you can. And just dip your chin slightly. Bring your chin back up, turn it to the left as far as you can. And dip your chin slightly. Lifting your chin back up, bring it back to center. Take your shoulders forward, rounding your upper back. Squeeze your shoulders together in front. Then take them up to your ears. Roll them around to the back, squeezing the shoulder blades in together, trying not to arch your low back. And then press your shoulders down and lengthen through the crown of your head. And relax. Roll your shoulders in a little bit if you want. Create some more movement. Right arm only. Inhale, hand palm up. Leaning to the left slightly. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, left side up and over. Exhale, bring it right back down. Both arms on your next inhale. Lengthen tall. Exhale down. And one more breath. Inhale up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale them down to your chest as you gently flutter your eyes open. And namaste.